Man, what a day. I am serious, man. It was so busy, bro, that all kinds of things were going on. I'm serious. It was so busy at work. Oh, man. I am glad the weekend's almost here. It is going to be a Thursday morning pretty soon by the time you end up this video. And we are heading out from the area of Costa Mesa, Orange County, California, all the way around, y'all. Heading out to Westminster, Orange County, California, all the way around, y'all. Seriously, it is one night that is just going to be crazy for a while, and it may be crazy all the way up until like Friday, and then pretty much Saturday we're going to have that free ride on Friday night and free ride on Saturday. Also free ride, just chilling, you know. I'm finally going to be able to get out of work and do the free rides for you guys of this new year. So it's going to be congratulations for that. Clap your hands, smack me a thumbs up, just like that for that situation. Hit me a subscribe if you haven't, and then leave your comments down below and chat, see what's up, and I'll interact with you guys best I can do. Flop that arrow, share it to your friends, or ring that bell. We're going to start off this a little bit different now. Help make your destination safe. We don't get no accidents, no mishaps, no tragedies, enough that causes big accidents, tragedies. We never know what we're going to see. We never know what's going to happen. We never know what we're going to run into, or who we're going to run into, or who we're going to see out here in this area. If it's crazy or not, we don't know. But overall, we hope we make it to our destination safely and don't get no accidents, mishaps, or any of that stuff. And just have a nice, good, smooth ride all the way down to the area of Westminster, no matter which way we take. And for whoever's out there sick in the kingdom, we hope you get well soon. For whoever's out well in the kingdom, we hope you stay well. Amen. Thanks to God above for everything he does. Dude, it was crazy tonight. Seriously. Work was just nutso. I'm serious. Work was so nuts that, dude, my head was ready to fall off. I'm serious. I don't know what to do in this situation sometimes. The only way I can get away from it is a freedom ride on Friday and a freedom ride on Saturday, and just chill, have my beer, have my glass of whiskey, play some video games, and also chat with you guys on here and chill for the rest of the weekend, man. When Friday happens, we still have one more day, guys. One more day. Ah, man, it was so crazy. Oh, dude. I mean, the regular 9-to-5 job is cool. Sometimes it gets me upset, but I have to deal with it, man. And I have to control my temper and my attitude and everything, man. It's so messed up sometimes. I just want to grab something and break it in half sometimes, because it's just so stressful sometimes, and I want to get out of that situation sometimes, but I have to deal with it because it is my regular job that pays all the bills, man. And it's just sometimes give me a freaking headache. I don't know if I can say freaking is a Christian or not, but man, I am doing my best for the situation of trying to go to work and deal with them over there and all the chaos that goes on. It is really chaosy too. I mean, seriously, it is super chaos over there, bro, at the place I work at. And now it's just the chaos of Christmas holidays ending and new beginnings and people trying to get into the new year. And we're hoping everything goes right, everything goes good, and everything goes smooth for the new year. There was a lot of people coming in and out of the channel, and man, I see you there. I see you there. I see you guys there. I know you guys are coming in and out, We had 17 at once, and then now we're back down to 7. Now we're back down to 6, and we got 2 thumbs up for the ride so far. We're starting off with. We are gonna do something a little different here tonight. I am gonna do this a little different for you guys tonight, and me too, to see what is going on. We're passing up Peterson. We are not taking Beach Boulevard, guys. Whoa, crazy. Watch out for that tree and everything, man. We are gonna go down here on Harbor up to Bolsa. And the reason why we're going to go down Harbor up to Bolsa, I want to see if it's so true about the construction that's going on that I read about. I want to see if it's so true, man. And plus, on top of that too, there's supposed to be something going on at the observatory down this way. And then there's supposed to be other things going on that we don't know about. We don't know if it's going to happen good or bad or crazy or what. So we're definitely going to check that out tonight. And we're going to cruise back to Westminster. And we're just hoping we don't run into any chaos or anything. Definitely. How is the stuff, dude? Everything's pretty cool. It's just a lot of work, man. No way. Yeah. No way. Hi, thumbs up, waving, good, hello. What is happening, dude? I just got off work, man. That's cool. Yeah, wow. It is super wowish, super coolish. So yeah, something is going on down here at the observatory tonight. I know it's a Thursday night that's going to be popped into. And they said something was going on down there. And they said that there's supposed to be no construction going on. So we are heading back down Harbor right now. And we are passing up Adams. We're not going to go down Adams. And like I was saying, man, work was just a little something, man. We got to watch out for people coming towards us on their bikes on the wrong side of the road. You know, guys, I got a ticket one time. Not just one ticket. Not just 2 tickets. Not just 3 tickets. Not just 4, but 5. That's right, 5 tickets for riding my bicycle on the wrong side of the road on the sidewalk. And this happened years ago, before I even had my job that I do now, and before I even do the videos. And I fought this in court and won it. But it took me 3 days to tell the honor the whole story to get what was going on in the situation. So, no, we're not in LA, bro. This was in the area of California of Garden Grove. So I got pulled over 5 times for riding my bicycle on the wrong side of the road and cruising down. And the guy pulls me over. He goes, "I'm pulling you over because you're riding your bicycle on the wrong side of the road." I go, "Dude, there is no crosswalk here, for number 1. For number 2, if I crossed here and I got hit by a car, it would be your fault because you told me to go ahead and cross here when there was no crosswalk. Number 2, I am on the sidewalk. No one's going to hit me. No one's going to hurt me. And I am watching what I'm doing." He hands me a ticket. I sign it anyways. I go, "Keep on handling to me and I'll see you in court." I said this to him after the 3rd ticket. And he pretty much didn't care after the 4th ticket or the 5th ticket. And then he took me in. And then I talked to the judge, the honor, 3 days later, because it was on a Friday. They didn't have a court date set for Saturday or Sunday. And they had it's just sad. It's just a sad factor, but they told me that everything would be figured out, and everything sounds pretty calm right now. What you're saying about what's happening, we just need to talk to you. I said, okay, cool. But why are you putting me inside of a holding cell? And they go, well, we're going to put you inside of a holding cell. Then we have to transfer you down to the main because we don't have much room inside the holding cell until Monday. And then Monday, we're going to have you go to court, and then you can pass that court area and probably go home. We just need to talk to you. I was like, can't you just talk to me here? And he goes, no, we really need you to talk to the judge about the situation for your tickets. Because you said that you were going to take officer so-and-so to court. And I said, oh, okay, fine. I'll probably be out of here. So I was laughing at myself, and I was thinking about, okay, am I really going to get out of this situation? Please, God, I'm praying to you that they don't count this as anything bad or go into a felony or whatever like that. And I was praying for 3 days straight, man. Bam. You know, that Friday night, boom, I got busted. I was like, oh, dude. They pulled me over saying they had a warrant for me. I didn't know what the heck for. And they said, it's not really a bad warrant. I was like, what? Then why are you taking me? It's not really a bad warrant. Just tell me to show up in court. And you go, well, that's the whole thing. We have sent you letters. Have you got them? And I go, no, I haven't got the letters. And then I went into court and told the honor straight out, yeah, I admit, I was riding my bicycle on the long side of the road. He gave me 5 tickets. I was trying to be on the safe side. If I would have got hit, I would have went to the hospital and probably you guys probably would have had to pay a lot of medical bills, or I would have probably had to pay a lot of medical bills, or somebody out there would have had to pay a lot of medical bills for hitting me. And I probably would have been either maybe alive and injured and hurt, or I probably would have been, you know, up in heaven. And the honor was kind of tripped out in that situation. I was telling her, and it was a lady judge. And I told her straight out, I go, I can be in all these situations that we're talking about, or you can just go ahead and cancel the tickets because I don't have the money right now. I'm still looking for a job at this time, and just call it as a slap on the wrist for me, and a slap on the wrist for millions of other people that ride their bicycle on the long side of the road on the sidewalk. And she goes, well, they haven't been caught yet. You're the first one that we have caught in quite a few years. I go, this is dumb. But he goes, what do you mean by that? I go, the thing I mean by it is I just told you 1,000,001 straight out. Seriously. You said 1,000,000 people, and I was the first one to get caught on that situation. What was that? Some guy just left like their shopping cart here with stuff all over it. Okay, check that out. Anyways, I get caught with one of the 1,000,000 like little story thing. Oh boy, I'm gonna run into here to King Cobra. Okay, go down here, I guess, and this is like the new traffic zone, I guess. Okay, they're still doing this area right here. I gotta be careful with this. Fly across here real quick. Okay, we'll take the 405 freeway and get out of here. No way. That would be something if we hopped on the 405 freeway and got out of here. But anyways, like I was talking about the tickets. So the honor kind of like, okay, take recess. We'll discuss your situation, and I'll come up with a subject that you'll have to do a matter against and everything. I was like, okay, cool. You know, but I was still thinking in my head, am I going to get out of here, or am I going to have to take another date in court or just do that? And I was literally shaking at this time when I got this last final thing. Said it. Okay, it doesn't look too much construction over here, but I see some of it still going on. Anyway, talking back about the tickets. So after all that happened, oh boy, that's a mess right there. Trash everywhere. Boom. But anyway, before that all happened, when I got to talk to the judge the second time around, she said, okay, Mr. My last name, and I go, what's the negotiation? And the honor goes, okay, the negotiation is that you have to come over here and at least try to pay off one ticket. I go, Your Honor, that's not going to happen for I don't know how many years. And she's like, what? I go, I told you I'm out of a job. I don't know where I can land in a year from now or two, or maybe even in a few months from now. I don't know where I can land a job because it's been so hard for me. And I was pretty much out and about and almost homeless at this time. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is going to work or what's going to work on this situation. And sooner or later, the honor said, okay, let's go ahead and let you go without having to pay the tickets off and take it as a slap across the wrist. And you're not going to have to pay those tickets off. And you pretty much won the case. And we're going to have to talk to the police officer to give you the tickets about that situation, so that we know that you were in the right and we were in the wrong. I went, am I hearing this right, Your Honor? You guys are in the wrong, police officer wise, and I'm in the right? And she goes, yes, you did hear that correctly. I go, does that mean I'm going home? She goes, yes, you are. Unhandcuff him, let him go. I went, whoa, cool. And this is true factor, bro. So I get out of the case room, out of the courtrooms over here in the city of Westminster. And bam, I'm set free. Nothing's on my record. Everything's cool. They told me everything's fine. Matter of fact, now even the police officers talk to me sometimes. It's crazy. And now they're all completely cool with that situation that did happen in Garden Grove. And they all know about it. And to where I am now is super cool. And police officers just like straight out, hey, what's up? And they say my last name and they pretty much know me. And I was like, they're all cool with it. And some towns in Orange County, and they pretty much know some of my family too, because one of my family members was a police officer in LA, Skid Row area, a long time ago. And that's pretty much when I was stuck homeless over there too. And they pretty much were keeping an eye on me pretty big over there too. But a lot of people helped me out of that situation of being homeless and coming back into being non-homeless and getting tickets and all that stuff like that. And pretty much me working off negotiations with them doing the 5-ticket bicycle on the wrong side of the road deal. That's basically the only time I ever been inside of a jail cell. It's so crazy, man, just because of tickets. Okay, so here we are by the observatory. I'm glad we got that little story done with. They said that something was supposed to be happening over here. I don't see anything going on over here at the observatory. We did see a little bit of construction back there. It is pretty much dead over here. Okay, maybe it is going to be happening Thursday night. Okay, big dog, watch out. Oh, he is barking, man. Okay, let's go for it. I'll try to see what you're saying up here in a little bit, man. Yeah, that was a crazy situation, bro. I didn't know if I was gonna be stuck in there, man. I seriously did not know. Orange County, yes, Orange County is community service. No, no community service. I didn't have to do any community service. Seriously, I did not have to do no community service at all on that situation. It was so cool. And they just told me, you know, it's a slap on the wrist. You can go. No community service. They figured that my community service was to where, you know, I'm in the right, they're in the wrong about the situation. If I would have got hurt really bad, I probably could have sued police department. Seriously. Because now the laws have changed. And there's a lot of things that the laws are fighting against for us compared to them. And there's even like a commercial I saw on YouTube not too long ago. I was watching some videos, and they were saying if you were in a holding cell and felt like you were holding up in prison for any kind of situation, you could sue nowadays for rifle, unrifles actions, or slandered is another one against police officers. And I went, whoa. So I know that is just happening right now. Not too bad. So that's a crazy one. 5 tickets, not 6. Cat nails. Yes, turn my cat nails on, bro. Yeah, I had to definitely turn the cat nails around. I had to like be able to, you know, and bring out the flames, bro. You're gonna wards. Yeah, it was crazy. That was a crazy time in my life, and dang, oh no, yeah, for sure, bros. Fight yours, bro. Yeah, I had to definitely fight that, bro. I had to definitely. Always good when you win court. Yes, it is. It's super good when you win court. LA. No, like I said, it was in Garden Grove. Okay, so we got the chat down. That's cool. Wow. Any. Hi. Way. How's it going, dude? No. And a hi and thumbs up and hellos. Good. And what's going on, dude? Okay, so we got the chat down, and we are sitting here by the area of Santa Ana. We just passed Sunflower. This Carl's Jr. has always got classical music going on. They have a classical theme music every night, every day that they are open. Seriously. How would you like to go to a Carl's Jr. that plays only classical music? Listen to this, guys. All classical music, Beethoven, you name it. Makes me feel like I'm in an elevator, dude. It's blasting all day long and all night long, and it's just chirpy. It's always doing it like a there. That's actually like the first time that we actually got to hear it because they were actually still open. All right, so we are cruising by on both sides of me. Actually, on one side of me right now is the marijuana factories, and then we'll be both sides of marijuana factories. This whole building right here, all the way across there, you see, all the way down to here, is a waste of time. I'm serious. It is a waste of time, dude. Because it once was a whole different building, and they were trying to lease it out to somebody. And it never got leased out. So they destroyed the whole building. The management did. Built a whole new building. Now that they're still trying to lease out one more time. Is that a waste of time or what? That is a waste of time, big time. How about I'm not sure who that is. Is Alex Slater? I don't know who that is either. I'm not sure who that is. But that building over there across the way I showed you has never been leased out to anybody. I think the management company of that property is just having trouble to get people to rent it out. I'm not sure who Alex whatever is. The building is a tax shelter. Here's the thing about that building, and I'll tell you, since I lived in Orange County for pretty close to practically almost all my life, and there was times I went out of Orange County, came back, out of Orange County, came back. But a long time ago, years and years ago, like back in the 80s, it was actually a really good running business over there. A whole bunch of money situations for a whole bunch of different things. And it was once a tax company thing there too, for payouts of people that run off money here and there to different corporations. But now it's just like torn down, and I checked out on the building. They haven't listened to anybody, and who knows if it's going to become a tax write-off or whatever in that situation. It could just be actually one of these days rent out to somebody. But over here on this side over here, and that side over here, and that side over here on the other side of me, here and there, is nothing but marijuana factory stuff. Over here, they make all your pins for your marijuana, all your liquids, and some tree trimming and other things. I looked it up one night. That guy's sleeping right there on the bus stop. So sometimes I come by here, it smells like the really trashy marijuana, or the real stinky marijuana, or sometimes it doesn't have a smell at all. Sometimes it just have a really bad smell to it. But right now it looks like they're not pretty much working inside this area of quite a few buildings. Maybe they're on vacation, or maybe they're someplace chilling else. Who knows? They got one of the factories over here burning up some stuff, I guess. They create the bottles over there across the way. I actually went to a job interview over here at this one right here years ago, and the guy pretty much didn't like me. I was going to work there years ago. It's a factory that makes these airplane parts and other sorts of parts for different things. And he wanted to hire me for being on assembly line. I told him, nope, see you later. I'm not going to work assembly line, sorry, dude. And he goes, well, that's why the temp agency sent you over here. and you're gonna get paid for 4 hours still for your interview and all that. And I was like, cool, that's cool with me. And I worked for Sharp Championship back then, and that was one of the places they sent me to almost get a job. I really didn't even plant a job with Sharp until like way later into the 2000 areas. That's crazy, man. It took me a long time just to get a job, plant it, and something to do. So they are flying up here, dude. Okay. All right, so we are heading up the overpass of the Santa Riverbed. And we are cruising down to First Street. And then we are going to cruise up First Street until it heads into Bolsa. It's been a while since we took this way, but we're going to try it out. See what's up, guys. See me, bro. Thank you. And then I think on Friday we'll be doing maybe that. Seriously. On Friday, I think we'll just be cruising down that way. But I'm not really sure because of what we just saw. I'm going to have to think about that one for the Santa Riverbed. It might be okay, and it might be really spooky. And it might be really not a good area to do it. A Friday free ride. I am not sure. But we are hill bombing right here. Kind of a small, windy hill. And heading down. All right. We'll see what they're chatting about. If you up here. And right here, we got to be super careful coming down here. Because like little spaces are like this right here. If I just made a slight turn and I went, whoop, bam. Your hill, keep riding for the hill bomb. Yeah, definitely. Right here, we just kind of blew up the hill bomb, but that was a good 15.6 miles per hour. And that was the hill area of Harbor and Warner. Crazy situation. And the hill bomb was pretty much like you said, like 16 something. Almost like 16, 15, 16. I could have done better, but I want to show you that because if I made a slip one way and I wasn't watching what I was doing, that would have been it. No more bike rides for a long time. I probably would have been injured for a long time. Probably would have been in the hospital. So right there, I got to be super, super careful. And then I also got to be super careful about taking a riverbed if we do that Friday night free ride. I'm still kind of iffy about that Friday night free ride on the Santa Riverbed, heading back out to like the area of Westminster, and how far we are going to go into it before we actually exit out and see nothing but darkness everywhere and lights that we have on the bike. And it is almost Friday, guys. It's going to be Thursday tomorrow, which is my favorite day of the week. One of my favorite days of the week. And then Friday will be my second favorite day of the week. And then we'll have that free ride at about a good 11:30. And then we will do a definitely Saturday free ride. And I don't know what I got planned for Saturday yet on that free ride. But I do have to do some things early in the morning. So on that Saturday free ride, I am going to have to really cut it to where I'm going to fix everything in. I may have to wake up early in the morning and take a ride down to the eyeglass place and get one of my pieces fixed on my glasses. And I may have to also come back to the house where I resign at, and then hop on the bike and head out. I don't know how that situation is too much going to work or what I'm going to do, but I need to take like one day to where I can go down to Lens Crafters and tell them to fix the little nose cushion. It came off on one side and I can't get it back on. Thinking about maybe wrapping some tape around it and doing that, but I don't know. Add more bike lights for the nighttime river ride. Yeah, I could add tons of lights on me for that ride and be cruising down there, but it's super dark. I can have the headlight like I have right now. I can have my light in the back and the front on the head. I have a light in the backpack area. I have this light right here. I pretty much could break out the super light that you guys some know of and some don't know of. And the super light is totally cool, but I gotta be completely careful with that super light because it just brightens everything up. And it's a gadget I have to put back on here and figure out where to put it with the bell and the other lights and everything else that I have on the bike. It is one light that needs to be mounted back on Precious, seriously. And that light is totally awesome. It has a radio on it. It has the brightest light you would ever see on it besides the Bluetooth radio. Then it has like an area to where I can put like a chip inside of it and play whatever's on the music chip. And then it has like an area to where a Bluetooth microphone and it's a really good speaker on it. I mean, I think it's blasting, dude. There was some regular videos I did in the past with it when I first got it to test it out and do like a review for it. I don't know if Amazon sold a whole bunch more, but that light is the light. Seriously, you want to go cruising, man? Bam! You got it all. You got the radio. You got your phone going on. You got your light going on. You're jamming, dude. And you got to have a camera. You got to have a camera, dude, because if you definitely ain't recording that, if you're doing it, I don't know what you're doing, man. Seriously. It's just the light to have. Okay, so we are headed towards the area of McFadden. We passed MacArthur. We passed the observatory. We passed the Santa Riverbed area. The overpass did the hill bomb. Really smooth over here, guys. It's been really nice and calm. We've seen some of the homeless back there by the riverbed. Not too bad. It was okay. All right, California Palms. If you've been in Orange County, you know about California Palms. It has changed now. California Palms used to be a motel. Now it's built into apartments plus motel that you can stay for a week. And they now are leasing full-on apartments to where you can become a resident and live in your apartment for like ever. I mean, their apartments are okay. Some of them do come furniture and some don't. Small 2 bedrooms, I'll tell you that. And it's still kind of a motel-ish bad area. California Palms used to be back in the days a really crazy motel. Seriously. Yes, that light is really super, dude. That light is so awesome. That light, dude, it has everything on it. I'm serious. It even has like the light where it flashes. That thing is so cool. I'll have to break it out and put it on here. I just gotta make room for it. I can put it on the other side where the bell's at. I just need to watch out how far I'm gonna move the bell because I got the like electrical terminal things here. This place is always packed. Of the restaurant and massage parlor doesn't sound too right, and mariachi dancing, and I don't know, shoe place and Chipotle. That's crazy. So you got a mariachi band place and your food that's always super busy, and your bar right there. Then you got your massage parlor, and then you can get boozed up, man, and try to see if you can go get a massage. What kind of massage is that? Watch out, guys. Okay, so we are hopping and popping. Right. And going to be coming up upon First Street. Then we'll turn to the Bolsa. Excuse me, bro. Thank you. And then we'll be heading down First Street all the way to Bolsa, and then heading all the way down Bolsa until I see Chestnut, and then went up to Video in the back alley. You guys that have been this way before, make sure you are doing this. And this has all been raw footage for you two people. They got me for the copyrights and all that already, or maybe not, but smack me a thumbs up, dude. Hit me subscribe if you haven't. Leave me comments down below. Flop that arrow and share it to your friends and ring that bell. I had to do that one more time for you guys. Seriously. I know you love it. I really had to. It's just sometimes I get into it and I know I did it already once and I got to do it twice because I am showing you guys off tonight and I want to know what you guys think of the ride so far. I'm heading back up this way and seeing this area because on Saturday I kind of got something planned for us to see, and I'm trying to make it exciting for you guys. It's a whole new thing we haven't done yet, a whole new street that we have not seen yet. And I've been down it before, but I can tell you one thing, it's pretty crazy, and we are going to have to ride up to the area and check it out before we do it. It's going good, man. How you doing tonight?
¿Speak Spanish?
You speak Spanish? Biquito.
Oh, ¿de dónde vienes?
How many minutes? Good?
Are you sleep?
You sleeping?
Oh. Are you sleep now?
No.
Oh.
Okay. All right. You have a good night. Thank you. Mom. A little bit too much Corona, dude. I'm not talking about the virus. I'm not talking about the virus, guys. I'm talking about the beer. He asked me if I was sleeping now. I said, no. He said, I think that he's saying that he was going to go sleep now. He had 4 Coronas inside the bag and 1 Corona in his hand. Oh, no, wait, whoa. Why is he on the bus? Not my bus. Oh, boy. Mantra music, getting a message. Yeah. You will definitely get music and everything else on that light, too. All right. Oh, man. We got 3 for 3, and hoping we get you guys to stay tuned in. We got pretty much halfway going on at 50% battery still on Precious. Good time in a bag. Yeah, it's definitely a good time in a bag. It's definitely a good time in a bag, seriously. 4 Coronas and 1 in the hand. Definitely a good time in the bag. I think he's heading over to the Mexican Hurtado Hall. Is he heading over to the Mexican Hurtado Hall? And he's gonna hide up in there, maybe drink in there, and maybe sleep up in there. Oh, here's a North Gate. Watch out for that one. It's actually pretty cool. I don't think he's gonna head up in there, but we are in downtown Santa, guys. I gotta be careful on here. I know about this area really well, and you gotta be super, super cool with the people. Otherwise, something else could happen. Seriously. This is one of my old neighborhoods right here that I kind of like grew up in my 20s. So this is one of the oldest neighborhoods ever. He's going to the if he's going to the Palms, dude, that's hilarious. He's going to go to the California Palms over there. He's going to go back around, seriously, because the California Palms might be the place for him. But he needs some cash on him, dude, so he might be able to hide up in the harbor Mexican Hall right there, where they have the weddings and parties and stuff like that. Dude, it costs us so much money to rent that place out. They do like mariachi bands there sometimes. That's just like it's like a party hall, but it's all Hispanic, and I don't know how they get the beer up in there and all that stuff, but they do it. Right here is kind of cool. I haven't announced this at all to you guys, but right here is really super cool. I used to come down here all the time. I used to live over here. And if you go down this street right there, across the way, past that gate, and take it down to the end, there is a whole bunch of little taco trucks that park in there and other food trucks that park in there. It's a food truck parking place, and they call it the cartelita. And I used to go over there and I used to buy stuff off all the carts years ago. So I used to buy a lot of things off all the like little cartelitas or whatever they call them. But that's what they call them, cartelita, I guess. And that's where it's at. The cartelitas. It's called the cartelitas. It's a little area of just full of nothing but all these food trucks. And you can go in there and you can order food off of them. And then some of them are just getting ready for their day to head off. I actually planted a job over there a long time ago, but working underneath the table at one of the cartelitas carts. And I was getting paid okay money underneath the table, not too much. And I was pretty much the person that would clean up for the guy. and I lived right in this neighborhood, so it was pretty much a good little back and forth detour job. And I got to know a lot of the taco trucks and like that too, and a lot of people that work for the taco trucks, and a lot of people that work different places now. And I admit it was a really cool job, but I just got tired of cleaning taco trucks and all these Carlito trucks and whatever's. I'm serious. There's like little, you know, I don't know if they call them. Back in I worked years ago with this one place known as Ringer Brothers and Barton Carnival Circus. Ringer Brothers? Yes, that's right. Ringer Brothers Circus. I used to work for them. So they would call the actual like cart that sends you, that stop by and sells you food. They would call that the pie cart. And you go back there and get your food at the pie cart. And then you go back to your train area where you sleep for Ringer Brothers Circus. And the same thing when I worked for the carnivals years ago. It was known as a pie cart. So back there in that back street is just a whole bunch of little pie carts, or like a whole bunch of little taco trucks, or a whole bunch of little carts. And my job was just to clean up the area. I made pretty good money doing that years ago. So that's that story. But it's really cool. I used to go over there, and a lot of people know me on the trucks now. I do get sometimes a discount if someone recognizes me from working there, and they still own their truck. Some of them still do own their truck, and some don't. That guy's blasting that music, man. And digging the trash cans over there. All right, so we got still some Christmas lights up here. We didn't get to see too much of this for Christmas time, so I guess here's your lights for Christmas right there, guys, at the house. Okay, that car is super close to me. And then we are going to be entering into the area of Little Saigon pretty soon. I wanted to slow down like that for a little bit. Oh, man. We definitely got him in there, too. He's just chilling over there by the restaurants. Okay, see if I can do this, guys. Oh, dude, I didn't want to get too close to doing it. I was pretty fast. I could have smacked into that pool. All right, they're hanging out at the bus stop. Maybe waiting for the bus, or just going to practically chill there all night long. Smoke their, you know what, and try to chill there. That could possibly happen. All right, guys, we're gonna kick it up a little couple gears. July 3rd. Get out of this mess being right here with me. And me not being on the sidewalk and having a good straightaway. Okay, right here I gotta be super careful because I know there's like a dip right there I hit one time. I flew up in the air. Okay. All right, guys, we are cruising about 22 miles per hour. We are on a really super good charge because last night when I threw this thing on the charger, I fell asleep until like a good 6 o'clock and then took it off the charger. That's 6 o'clock in the morning, guys. I took off the charger. So it got like a lot of charge on the battery, and we are at 50% right now. Cruising over here, man. Let's get it going on. All right, man. We are going to cruise in really super fast over here to Little Saigon Village. A year ago, someone painted my up on top of it, and it used to be my little Saigon village, and your little Saigon village, and everybody else's little Saigon village, because it was just my Saigon village with the circulate saying MY. If you go back a few videos of the regular videos before I started doing the lives, you'll find that one someplace. It's funny. I was doing that for days. We're popping into my little Saigon, your little Saigon, everyone's little Saigon. And when I first noticed the MY in there, that was crazy. All right, so now we're almost down to a good section right here that some of you may know of and some of you may not know of. You slept on a train? Yep, I did sleep on a train. That was years ago with Ringer Brothers. I slept right on the train, on the cart. What they have is like a whole bunch of little carts, and you could sleep on them. Oh, wow. Did we just run up? I think we just did. Thank you, God, for nothing happening to me. We just ran a red light, guys. I'm sorry. We just ran a red light, guys. We are safe as can be. Yes, so I did sleep on the train on one of the carts. So Ringer Brothers owns this train that travels around the whole world for different sections of the Ringer Brothers and Bard and Baden carnivals and circuses. Okay, yeah, it's carnivals and circuses. I didn't know it was carnivals and circuses either until I started working for them years ago. This is when I planted a job about the age of almost 20 before going back into where I had to come back out here and sleep on Skid Row again for a while. It's a kind of a little hectic story and a little congratulations story of getting out of the streets. But I had a job and I was able to sleep on the train, but I was homeless still. I was able to sleep on a train. I tried so hard to say that was my home, working with the circus of Ringer Brothers. And then later on in the future, getting transferred over to the carnivals. But anyways, the Ringer Brothers Circus owns this big giant train that they bought years and years ago with all the elephants on it, all the tigers, lions, and bears, and all that. You name it. And the people I stayed on there with, man, hell boy, they were partying every night and day. Behind the scenes of Ringer Brothers is nothing but a party, y'all. Seriously, day and night. I'm talking good times, guys. I'm talking shit out. You know, sometimes you're working from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock next morning. Sometimes you're getting one day off and headed into another town. Sometimes you're getting 2 days off and headed into another state. Sometimes you're getting a good week off and heading into another state too. And you're not really getting paid for it. But this right here, if you guys know what this area is, you can go ahead and comment down below. If you don't know what this area is, I am going to tell you. Read that sign up there. Okay. Any guesses what this area is? I told some of you guys on my channel before, and some of you guys know and some of you guys don't, because some of you guys are new. Okay, so have you guys ever seen the movie Fast and Furious? It was filmed right there. I used to live right across the street from there, and that's how I found out the Fast and Furious was filmed right there, where we just went through. And then they did filming behind this other place I want to show you guys one of these days. Right here, you gotta be super careful because of certain things being popped up in the air, and I gotta switch it down to a good, not zero. I don't want zero, man. I want one. There we go. A good first gear, because we are gonna hop on the sidewalk all the way down here. I have to be super careful. So yeah, that's where Fast and Furious was filmed. Quite a few different parts, and down here too, the Fast and Furious movies that they had that came out when they first, from the first one to the second one to the third one to the fourth one, and some parts here and there of Little Saigon have been recorded into all the Fast and Furious now that I've heard, and they have done a couple other movies too. Okay, so they did Biker Gang over here. That's one movie that's pretty hard to find on any streaming sites or any areas of, I guess, movies nowadays. Biker Gang was a really tough movie to see, and then they did a recording for what was it called? Easy Rider over here. The movie called Easy Rider cooperates with Easy Rider magazine. That was a crazy time over here when they did that one. They did a couple other ones. I can't remember all their names, but there has been times that this area has been blocked off because it so much looks like Little Saigon and Asia area. And we're gonna cruise up here, guys, and I'm gonna show you something. It's a little spooky sometimes. I gotta be super careful because it could be really scary back here, and then it cannot be. Okay, looks pretty calm. I don't know how it's gonna be, but let's see. Okay, it could be a mess. It could not be. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it, guys. Let's see here. Okay, guys, we are doing it, definitely. It wasn't that bad, but last time I did it, it was really bad. That was a few months back. Okay, it's not that bad, guys, as I thought it was going to be. There's only a few of them. They're hanging out everywhere here. One is yelling out. Oh, man, I hope he wasn't chasing me. I'm hoping he wasn't trying to get ready to chase me, bro. That area is crazy because usually there's a whole bunch of homeless people just sleeping back there and a whole bunch of trash everywhere. And then sometimes they clean it up. And there's a whole bunch of workers there that have like all these factories and stuff all the way down there. It's just chirpy. But at nighttime, it's real scary to go down. You guys ever seen live animals out here? I'm talking like deers and dolphins. A little bit of nature calls for you guys. All right, guys, here we are, still in Little Saigon, having lots of fun. We're going to be exiting Little Saigon pretty soon. We are going to see still a little bit more homeless over here in the alley. You couldn't really see them, but it is scary. A lot of them over there. So it's going to be cool right here, guys. We're going by. Let's go. I'm going to go this way. So you guys have a good night. Thank you. If I would have went towards them, they probably would have been not that cool about that situation. All right, guys. Maybe we can cruise up in here. Check out a little situation over here. Looks pretty calm. They ain't sleeping over here anywhere. Sometimes they are. Sometimes there's like a security guard right here. But I guess not now. For like a little bit of time. And then there's a lot of them hanging out at the cell 11 right here. So I gotta be careful how I sit here and wait for the light. Oh, cool. We got it right away. There was one time I came by here in one video. Some lady sat down on here and she went to the restroom at the bus stop. And I'm not talking in a good way. She went and took and showed everything and went potty. That video is out there someplace, guys. You can watch it one of these times. All the crazy stuff that have happened in the past throughout the year, I'm telling you guys about today and throughout the years. So we are going to start that whole yearly thing going on, and you guys are going to be able to see a lot of crazy videos that you haven't really looked into. Go into the video section of my YouTube and check out those videos, because there was a lot of rides that I did that you may have missed out on, and a lot of people haven't viewed them yet, and then some people have viewed them back in the past. There was one really famous. Actually, I think it's like two famous, maybe three, because it kind of like cut off here and there. I remember it was like a 3 area of recording the camera was doing. Just the camera, not the lives. And that was like a few years back. Check this out, guys. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna see something cool here for a Christmas deal or New Year's deal. Is it just the lights like that on the trees? Yeah. A little bit of one light going the other way. That's pretty cool. But we gotta head off before they come out of their yard and start saying something about us. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, I gotta remember sometimes, because like sometimes I forget. I'll go down further. All right, so we are cruising down this little side street here up to the area of, what is that street? Back to Bolsa, but it's like right here where we gotta fly across and head up a little bit back up to Bolsa. We just gotta be super careful, guys. Okay, there's some more decorations down there too we could have checked out, but we're gonna head back up this way to Bolsa. And down the spooky alley. If you guys have been down the spooky alley before, you know what's up. If you haven't been down the spooky alley before, then get ready for it. The other night, some truck got over here, got pulled over and got busted over there on that one street up here. We're gonna cruise by pretty soon. Here's a spooky alley, guys. You don't know Westminster that well or Midway City that well. You guys can get trapped up in here. Seriously. This alley is crazy. Sometimes it can be clean, like it is right now. It's super clean. And sometimes it can just be a mess of homeless people everywhere. Oh, it looks super clean. We're cruising through. I don't see too much things going on. It's gotta be very quiet. Oh wow. Like a bed right there. Gotta watch out all the trash. Someone took their back seats out of the car. This dolly's them right there. Wow. Ooh. There's graffiti on both sides of me. Middle side. Right here. It's middle side's a gang over here. And both sides of me is all full of nothing but middle side graffiti. Sometimes you might see some of the middle side gangs out here just chilling of the members. But it seems pretty cool and clean. It's like really late at night, so I gotta be careful down here. All right, I'm gonna show you guys this other thing up here. Did we pass already? No, I think it's up here just a little bit more. But we'll stop by it. I'll show you what's up with it. Okay, so right up here is a little slaughterhouse area. If I am wrong, then I'll let you know, but I think I'm pretty much right. Okay, so like right over here, up in this area, there's a little slaughterhouse area right here. They slaughter chickens right here, rabbits, quail, and other animals. And sometimes it smells really super bad back here. But right here, you can get fresh eggs and fresh meat of any pheasant or any fractal, I guess. I don't know, is rabbit considered as a pheasant? Or what is rabbit when you eat it? This alley right here is cut off. It's all fenced off now because they took out the convoys. But anyways, they have chicken, geese, goose, and other kinds of birds that people do eat over there, plus duck and eggs of all those animals. I guess in Asia it's really super popular and healthy, they say, sometimes to have a quail egg. I never tried one. And sometimes they say the same thing with duck. A duck egg, or to have some duck alone, or even to eat rabbit. I don't know if those are considered as pheasants for rabbit wise or whatever, but a really good pheasant that I do like myself is turkey. On Thanksgiving, they do have a truck that comes over there full of turkeys. And you can hear the turkeys gobble, 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 gobble. And they slice their heads off up in there alive and pluck all their feathers and then sell it to you. I am not lying about the situation. I've seen it all before. I lived in Orange County and two of these areas before I started recording for years, and wanted to find out so many things about Westminster, Orange County itself, and all the cities. And I was able to find that stuff out, guys. It was trippy. We're going to head up here at a top speed of fifth gear. We haven't done the fifth gear in a while, guys. Fifth gear, let's go for it. Because right here, it's nothing but that all the way across to Chestnut, almost. Actually, to Hoover. So, like Hoover, it's all grass and cemetery right here. We're out of the area of Little Saigon. We are back in Westminster, and passing by the cemetery over here, where a couple of famous people have been buried over here that you might know of and might not know of. The lead singer for Sublime, the song Garden Grove, when he lived over here, and then he passed away, got buried at this little place over here known as the Westminster Cemetery. Then there was a couple other music artists that got buried over there. And then you know, I gotta say a nice good bless to my mom's mom is buried there right next to Sublime. Seriously. No joking at all. No kidding at all. My cousin told me that when we went to the funeral, that one of his friends was buried by there, and he played in a punk band. And I really didn't know too much about Sublime back then, but later on in the future, I found out who that person was that was buried next to my mom's mom, my grandma, my Nana. So that's pretty crazy that my Nana, my grandma, my mom's mom is buried right next to the lead singer from Sublime. That's something that not like a lot of people know in Orange County, and some people do know about it in Orange County. You have to be really a good rock and roller guy or really into punk to know about that, or alternative music too, because Sublime was a great group. That's why they really ain't doing anything anymore. Hey, you never know. I could be that next punk artist that goes wild into it, because I do got some punk songs written up that I've been trying to get out there and get a punk band started too. So it might be more with the music wise, guys, because I do work in the music industry and I do work with a lot of music artists, and I have a couple friends down this area that actually are trying to get their bands together and become hip-hop artists and other things. That's just basically the stories that have gone through for 2024 and back for you guys for this year. And this new year to come on, we have a lot of stuff that we are going to try to see, and a lot of cool stuff that we're going to try to do. I really wish I could show you this building up here one of these times, but if I go in the back of it to show you the artwork, an alarm will go off and it will start talking to me. The artwork on the back of this building over here is so cool, but you gotta have permission to go up in there from somebody sometimes, and then sometimes they get it blocked off. But it's right over here. See here, I can get. I can't turn around the camera, but up in that back alley right there of that building, and there's like some real cool graffiti. In that building, they do pretty much like a donation for veterans, for wheelchairs and handicapped people and stuff like that. To where like if you find like a cane or something like that, you can take it over there and they'll pretty much give you some cash for it, man. And if you find like a walker, you can go in there and take the walker in there and they'll give you some cash for it. And then they give it to the people that are in need for that stuff. Because after a while, some handicaps are really not in the need for it no more. And it's just like a donation thing they do to some of them, but they buy some of the products off you. It's really super cool. All right, so we are heading over to that back alley and going to be in with the video pretty soon. Sometimes you guys like to see what's in the back alley. Sometimes you guys don't like to see what's in the back alley. But do me a big favor before we all end up the video tonight. And if you haven't done it already, smack me a thumbs up. Hit me subscribe. Leave your comments down below if you shared and like. Flop that arrow and share it to your friends. Let me know what city and state you are watching from, because I haven't asked about that in a while. And get a chance to ring the bell after you share it with your friends. We're going to check out some of the West Side graffiti right here. West 13 graffiti. They like to roll a whole apartment out right here, dude. It's got tables, chairs, who knows what. I kind of want to go through it and just like see if there's anything cool. Anything salvageable to keep. I don't know. The TV's gone. The TV was there for like a while. For like a couple of days. There was a big giant screen TV like right here. It's gone now. Some probably got plug works and they're probably all happy. It was like 50 inch or more. Crazy. But they paint this alley up with all the graffiti and then they pretty much paint over it and then they get painted up again with graffiti the next day or so. The maintenance guys are ticked off about that and they are trying to figure out what to do. They might just leave the graffiti here because they know it's going to get painted over again. Or they might have to work with the Project W gang activity things over here. I will definitely check you guys in tomorrow about a good 1:30-ish. And just pretty much morning time over here. The ladies will have a good morning. Yeah, I'm going to go get some sleep, guys. Show you a little bit more right here. Graffiti and there. And pretty much, yeah. Check me out in the afternoon, like around 1:30-ish tomorrow on Thursday. Pacific Daylight Time, y'all.